Hello, my name is Joseph and I'll be walking through our NetSpace tutorial. So a little bit of background. NetSpace has been created so that you can store your NetMiner knowledge graphs and then you can edit and share them to do further collaborative work with other NetMiner users as well as NetSpace users. Now I'm already logged in and you'll note that I'm logged into a pro user account, the benefits of which I'll mention later on. I'm currently in my personal network space and I have both of the sample networks in addition to two networks I took from two separate NetMiners. The header also shows that we're currently on the network space, and there's also a shared network space. If I were to click that, it would take me to the network space where I've got all of the knowledge graphs that have been shared with me. Additionally, I've also got a drop-down menu for my users. So I can manage my profile or I can respectively sign out. I've also got a progress bar showing me how much of my quota I've used. So this is a number of networks I've used in my personal network space out of the total amount I have available. In this case, it's 100. I've used 4 out of 100. Additionally, we also have a search bar, and I can use this to find specific networks. And as a pro user, I can search across the whole network. That means keywords related to a network, for example. So just to highlight that, if I were to search for ACE2 very quickly, it would just search for ACE2, of course. That would be the most relevant thing to come up. And we can also switch this grid view, so where I've got all of the images lined up, into a tabular view, and then I can find out information regarding the owner, the species name, the date it was modified, and the number of nodes and edges. And additionally, I can click on this checkbox, and if there were other networks, I could click on multiple checkboxes and delete the network straight away here. So we go back to our normal view, and I'll take a quick look at this particular network. So here we'll see our descriptive overview. I can edit everything here because I'm the owner of the network. And I'll also note that this particular network, as we see here, is public. And as a pro user, I can make this private if I so wish. And if it were private, only I and the people I share it with can edit and view it if I enable them to do so. If I wanted to share it, it's as simple as clicking this button here. I have the ability to also tweet it as it is a public network. And I can invite someone, let's invite Kiwan to edit it, and I can also notify him. I'll just add him, and then it's been shared, and he'll be notified via email as well. I can untick that if I don't want to notify them. So just as a little overview of exactly what I can edit. So I can edit the name. In this case, I've already got a good name, but let's just add a COVID-19. I can edit the description as I need. So I might want to add contains all drugs related to publications. It tells me that I'm the owner, and I can find out what genes were centric to this particular knowledge graph, and there was only one gene in this case. If I click that, it tells me the gene, that's the ensemble ID accession, with various per NetMiner, and it tells me the keywords that we use to find this particular knowledge graph, the actual original NetMiner that was used to get this knowledge graph, and the source organization that it came from, in this case, Rough Set Research. Does have information on the network size, the number of nodes and edges, the database version that it originated from, and when it was last modified. I could also check for an update, and this will take me to the gene page view, and it will update it with the latest version for that particular NetMiner. So let's say the database updated, I'll be able to see an update of this particular network, and I can see if there have been any changes. So I've already preloaded this, it's on here, and this is using the live and running COVID-19 NetMiner. And I can save that back as well if I wanted to. I'm already logged in. It's the same as doing it in NetMiner, as you'll see in our NetMiner tutorial. Additionally, we also have a shareable link where I can copy and paste this link and share it to anyone so they can view this network as it is public. And if I want to edit it, all I need to do is click this button here, so edit network. And here I'm given the normal NetMiner network overview. So I've got the number of concepts, relations, I've got the normal interactive legend. So let's just change a few things just as a demonstration. So I'll hide a few things here. In fact, let's hide all the drugs. It makes it easier, and I'll relay it. So I'm going to save it now, clicking the save button. And When I press close, you'll notice that this will update. So there, it's updated. Accordingly, I've edited it as such. And if I were to share it again, it would show as such to the other user as well. So additionally, we can also download this as a PNG, as an image. You can also clone it, although in this case it makes less sense in a shared network, so I'll get onto cloning in a bit. You can also delete it directly here. So I'll take you over to the shared networks page and give an example of where I can clone net. So I want to clone this network, which belongs to Agit. So all I need to do is press the clone button and wait for it to clone. Great, so it's been created. Now, because I've cloned this network, and it was a public network where I was given full rights to edit and view it, I am able to become the owner of this particular network now and use it as if it were my own. And I can edit it just as if it were my own. So add labels to everything. I'm going to save that. There we go. And it will update accordingly, as you see there. And I can share it just the same as if it were my own network. So that concludes all of the main features of KnetSpace. And without further ado, we'll just quickly move on to what's available for a pro user. So in place of here, normally you'd have the buy more button or link, and I have the pro user link here instead. So clicking that, it will take me over to the checkout page. So this is a checkout page, and normally you would see that you can actually purchase a pro subscription, but as I'm already a pro user, it of course tells me that I'm already on the pro subscription. But if I needed help, I can just click on the contact us link and contact the team accordingly to ask for help. So the benefits to being pro user is that you get an additional 90 networks, so 100 total networks in your personal network space. You also can have private networks, which, as I've mentioned before, means only you can view and edit them, and you choose to share who can view or edit them accordingly. You also get enhanced search abilities, as we've mentioned at the start, in addition to enhanced sharing features, which, as I've said, you just have more control over what you can do when you share it. So that concludes everything to do with KnetSpace. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to email or comment. And thank you for watching.